Hey everybody, Cal here, bringing you episode 33 of the Necromancers Let's Play of Total War Warhammer. Last time, we lost Helmgart to Chaos as they push in against our forces, staying clumped up with pretty scary armies. This is, I think that's 10 units of Chosen there, miscellaneous Chosen units. So that's going to be tough. Yeah, I think this would be hard even if I could go in with two armies against their one, but they seem to be staying clumped up on top of that. So, yeah, extra challenging. But we have killed one of the four armies. Down in the south, we raised Varenka Hills. We're now in a little bit of danger from Gomran Cromson's army of gyro bombers and flame cannons pushing in against us. But we should be able to retreat from that if that occurs. We have Ludwig down in the south here recruiting some more wolves and bats to go help out with the dwarven problem. And up in the north, we have Helmengorst taking Kislev. Now, I'd like to do some building up in Kislev, and so we're going to move Rickert up in that direction, just up to here. That's all we really need. Those guys, you tell the voice actors had some fun with that. Now, Helmengorst does have lightning strike, so really it would be more useful to have him and his army of armor-piercing ghosts on this side of the map to fight Chaos right now. I was imagining that there were going to be some more Chaos armies spawning and coming down towards us, but that doesn't seem to have occurred at the current time. So I think I want to get him down here into Reichland, around Altdorf, because conversely, Kemmler's armies are not really well suited to fighting Chaos. All of our armor-piercing units basically died. I think we're going to shuffle some things around here. The Skeleton Spearmen, not terribly effective here. Velbats, also not great against Chaos. We could use one or two to tie up the Hell Cannons, but right now I don't really see the point. Jürgen's in a similar situation. We do have battle sites in Altdorf and here in Nuln that we can leverage. You see here we have some Crypt Horrors and Graveguard with great weapons. What I might actually do is try to set up an ambush out here, actually, where so Kemmler can raise some Crypt Horrors, Graveguard with great weapons for some armor piercing. Is there anything else helpful here? Nothing in particular. Yeah, because we need armor piercing units really. So yeah, we're gonna get these two units. Really, Graveguard. I mean, the belt better than skeletons, but they're not really going to do any work. They're just going to stand there and eat more damage than your average. So I think we're just going to raise those two. Send him up as far as we can go here, without. We still need to be able to set an ambush, so that should work. Is there any more undead to raise here? Nope. So we'll set him into ambush stance. And then Jürgen here, I know this battle site's pretty good, so we can pop him just across the border here. He can raise us. Oh wow! There's a Mortis engine. I think we already have a corpse cart. We don't need, and Kemmler has a Mortis engine, so we don't need two. But what we could do is grab some Crypt Horrors, Cairn Wraiths, Graveguard with great weapons. And just a bunch of zombies. Raise them on up. And okay, so we'd like Rambert in Kemmler's army. And we're gonna move Jürgen up as sort of the bait here. So we're gonna move him forward, and then we're going to make sure that Kemmler's army, which will be the ambushing army, has the better unit selection. So we have to balance this out. I think we're going to drop down the Skeleton Warriors. What else can we drop? I think the Vargeist actually, those are fast units, so think we're going to put them in the reinforcing army, and then we can give him some more skeleton spearmen, just to give some more staying power on that side. I think that's how we're going to divide up the forces. So Jurgen is going to be bait, and Kemmler will be the trap. So hopefully, I think we're in range for them to move in against us here. So with any luck, we'll get an ambush there. Hopefully be able to take care of some of those forces. That's hurt our income rather significantly. And I think all of our other forces are moved. There's Abarash, who... I think all of these armies... yeah, so... On guard. On guard, and... On guard. I really wish they didn't last 4 turns. That's kind of painful. I think Abarash... What are our assassination chances here? Not great. We'll just move him on up and deploy him over here. We don't really want a rebellion while we're trying to fight chaos here. So that's that. And I think we will end the turn there. There's lots of building I would like to do right now, but not a lot that we can actually afford without tanking our income. Or, I mean, reducing our buffer. Okay, Clan Angren, are they going to actually help at some point here? Okay, so they're going to ambush. Okay, so we have 2 forces against their 1. So this is the scary army. Scary army. The Chosen are not immune to psychology, though, which is interesting. So our fear will work against them. They have a Chaos Lord here. Boy, Winds of Magic are in the dumpster. But they're a little bit better. But yeah, that's... Wow, Calm Region. That's pretty garbage. Why do they have... They start with just base power? They don't have to deal with the region? What? Okay, that's weird. But we are going to control a large army. That'll give us the advantage here. And let's go to the battlefield and see if we can't take care of some of these Chaos Warriors. Yeah, like I say, we don't have a ton of armor piercing units. Their units are better than ours. We don't have a lot of magic. So we're gonna have to try to play this one smart. Try to break their less armored units first. Apart, of course, from their the mutants here, who are unbreakable, I believe. But we should be able to get into the back of the cannon, and hopefully onto their lord. Okay, so cavalry all down through here. And then we have the weird spawn here. 16 magic is a decent start. Power reserve is 65. That's okay. Not sure where that number actually came from in the end, but we'll go ahead and start deployment. Okay, so we kind of want to get our spearmen into the Swords of Chaos, I think. They have a lot of armor, but I think that's where we need the spears. So we need the spears lined up over here, close as we can get, because we really want to, yes, kill them and raise them. That's exactly what I wanted. Actually, we can move up a little bit, just because we don't want them getting away here. We really need to collapse down in on these Swords of Chaos with the Spearmen first thing. Get them over here. Them over here. So this is just... all these units, I think, are just going to try to trap that cavalry unit, that cavalry section here. They should do okay against the rest of them. And Alright, so we'll put the corpse cart in here as well. And then this group, I think I'm just going to call them Group 3. First thing, we're going to put them in against those that cavalry there. Basically, that's the thing. They're going to be best at fighting. Up here, we have just miles of Chosen. Miles and miles of Chosen. So I think Kemmler, we're going to put in the forest here, just to keep him hidden. The Vampire, I think we can put on the opposite side. Maybe try to get some fireballs in at their army from in the trees here. It's highly maneuverable, so and I think key is going to be Soul Blight. Soul Blight is going to be the key to winning this, because minus 30 armor and minus 22% weapon damage, mainly minus 30 armor, is going to be very key in keeping this fight winnable. I think we're going to put the Grave Guard on one side here, kind of wide, because they'll be facing off against infantry here, and on the opposite side, so here's the Chosen with great weapons, Chosen with halberds. So I think we're going to have the we're going to have the Crypt Horrors coming against the Chosen with great weapons, or just the regular Chosen. Probably the regular Chosen, just in this group here. We don't want them to get into the halberds. For them, we will use the Cairn Wraiths. Cairn Wraiths on... That's actually exactly how I want them laid out. The way around? Okay, no, I want the Cairn Wraiths on this side. Yeah. Because Okay, come on. This side here, this side here. Do what I say. Because I don't want the Cairn Wraiths to be anywhere near their lord, which is going to do some magic damage. But yeah, these guys can spread out. Like, oh my god, why do you keep doing this? Okay. Like this, we want the Cairn Wraiths to help take care of the halberds. They're not large units, so they should do pretty well in here against all these halberds. So that's how we want them put in there. So these guys are going to be our fodder units, basically. Lock them in place. These guys... okay. Put them on like this. This is how they're laid out. Okay. I think we're going to try to get Rambert the Tormentor Sword. We can use straight away up here to pin the Swords of Chaos in place, as well as all these all the rest of these units. And then what to do with the Mortis Engine. I think the Mortis Engine is going to be needed up here with these guys. Actually, it does well buffing up the Cairn Wraiths. The Cairn Wraiths have low overall health, so that buff does pretty amazing things. So it's going to go in group 2 as well. Put M in group 0. He goes in group 3. And I think we're ready to go here. So first thing is going to be Rambert is going to have to run up a little bit, pin the Swords of Chaos in place. Actually, you know what? These guys, and yeah, so we're going to just go ahead and the first few seconds here are going to be pretty intense, I think. So, okay. Start the battle. You guys get in here. Rambert, pin these fellows in place, and then get the heck out. Rambert should do well against these guys. These fellas move in here. These guys move in here. These guys want into the Chosen, or the Chosen with great weapons, and we're off to a pretty decent start. Alright, and then the rest of these guys, just get the heck in here. Okay.
Time to kill. At once.
Okay, it's this one that reduces their armor. We'll throw that on this side. We're going to try to keep units being summoned over here. Okay. Script horrors need to get out of there. Similar to these ones. They can regenerate up in the woods here. Keep these guys out of the fight. We have no one on this this hell cannon. I think we should try to get Vargeists in on their lightly armored units if we can. Rest of the army just pushing on in there. Kemmler needs to keep our army alive. These guys just run off through the woods, don't need to actually fight anything. They're distracting those units, which is good. On this side, our graveyard of great weapons are falling apart. Where is our... our vampire seems to have died. So our unit we said was maximally key here is not having a good day. So the vampire is dead. That's not good. Vargeist is having a pretty good time here against the Soul of Damnation and all these Marauder Horsemen. Kemmler should have dropped Krell on their lord first thing. Alright, Krell, get in there. The Mortis Engine, not having a great time here. I know we said not to have these guys fight halberds, but that's what we got right now. Okay, these guys can start pushing up into here. Kemmler can summon some more units. These guys get into the backs. Okay, these guys need to get formed up here. Buff this up. Why is no one killing this? Just need one unit of zombies in there. These guys get up in here. To pin those guys in place. Krell seems to be taking care of their lord pretty well. These guys need to get out of there. There is Kemmler. Kemmler is in here. Having kind of a bad time. Get these zombies in here while these guys get out. And Kemmler try to keep these guys alive, maybe. It's kind of a long shot. They're having a bad day up here. Okay, so in other news, we have zombies and things doing work over here. It's really trouble that we lost lost our vampire first thing here. Is that Lord back? He is. Alright, Krell, get in there. Kemmler, get the heck away from him. Come on, chase him down. Get that Lord down. And he's dead. Okay. Get back in there. Zombies just sort of standing there.
Only in unlife will they see.
Okay, we lost our other heroes as well. These guys are running off the map for some reason. These guys need to get out of there. This is not a favorable engagement for them. Okay. Krell is permanent though, so okay, over here things are again not going very well. Chosen with great weapons and all kinds of nasty things, having a field day.
Where is Krell?
We also lost the Mortis engine, I think.
Even Krell would be impressed.
Okay, those guys taken care of. Raise some skeletons into Swords of Chaos, who we tried really hard to take care of them. One of you zombies there, one of you zombies on the Hell Cannon. It's really, I think after all this, the Hell Cannon's really going to get in here again. It's quite frustrating. Okay, these guys can chase off these chosen with halberds. Kemmler, keep our winds up. Keep summoning zombies. And start hammering away at some of these units here. Pull back out. Hammer again. We are, amazingly, doesn't look like it, but we do have the upper hand here. Alright, so this guy is just here for moral support, looks like. Get these guys involved. They should be fresh now. Zombies really need to get back up here. Krell's having a good time. So it looks like the Soul of Damnation is out of ammo here. Get these guys unlocked. Lined up here.
Mortals quail. All right. I will.
Kemmler. Zombies in here.
You will kill my power. See my sepulchral mouth.
Okay, these guys need to get the chosen with great weapons here. We're actually get into these guys. It's a bad day we're having here. Okay, gets them a rear charge. Okay, pull back out.
Master of death.
Kemmler is out of undead to raise.
Death.
Okay. These guys really need to get back into the fight. So we need Krell to actually be fighting useful to harm units. We can get a quick charge into these knights here. Drop some of their units down.
I am the Mitzvah. For my master.
Come on, Krell, get in there. Should shut their charge down. This is really down to the wire here. Kemmler is getting hit now.
Even Krell would be impressed.
Oh, these guys are all the way on the other side of the map here. Come on, Krell. Oh boy. I try to free Kremler here. He cannot die. We lost one of our lords, but we do have the Crypt Horrors getting back in here. So Krell should be able to hold them here, while the Crypt Horrors do some more work here. This is right down to the wire here. We might have it though, maybe. Crypt Horrors need to get in there. Kemmler needs to not die. Oh, Kemmler might die here. This is not good. This is very bad. Come on, Crypt Horrors, save Kemmler. Come on, Crypt Horrors, you can do it. Don't fall, Krell. This is right down to the wire. To get him away from those units. Pull them back. And begin with the flying units. Krell needs to get moved back. Put Krell in the group here, though. Where the heck are these units that are supposedly... They're all the way over there. Oh, my God. Okay, so I think we're just going to run. And try to get the rest of the army up here, because apparently I completely forgot about them, as usual. Get Kemmler out of here. Yeah. Get the rest of the army involved. Krell is going to fall holding against these guys. Need to somehow reform with the rest of our army to try to take out this threat over here. So I think these guys I'm going to send over here. That's... Oh, Kemmler needs to really needs to not die here. Really needs to not die. Keep buffing up the winds, though. Or make an attempt to do that. These are, they still have Chosen. We still have like half a unit of Chosen here. We have a few units. Kemmler does have a regen aura. So that will help some. But we're basically out of Winds of Magic right now. That's the main issue. We choose the lesser unit of zombies and just sort of stand here and hold these guys in place while the rest of these units move up this way. Come on. Gotta keep pushing up. Keep pushing up the Winds of Magic. Is there any kind of regen happening for these Vargeists here? We're going to try to get pushed up over here after a short rest. So they seem to have realized as well that there is a problem with us reforming here. Thankfully, they're pretty slow right now because of, I guess they're tired. can get the zombies in the trees here. I think we're going to go ahead and speed things up just to get our units moved around here better. Have to reform with these forces, have to reform with them. Okay, just get everybody pulled up back this way. Okay, and we're just going to ungroup everybody. Kemmler. Okay. Zombies and spearmen in the front. Make a nice wide line for us. Or narrow line's actually fine as well. Kemmler, who is massively out of magic, can sit in the back. These skeleton spearmen and these crypt horrors will be our ground forces. I think we'll put them on the left here. That seems to be where their chosen great weapons are headed. And our Bargeists will be in the air. Okay. Set them right on top of Kemmler. Hopefully they'll get some regen aura. Get buffed up a bit. This should give us better, more Winds of Magic power reserve, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything anymore. We are completely tapped out. Hawk these guys here. So we're going to go for a counter charge when we get the opportunity. And then we'll flank around with these spearmen and then try to hit him in the back with the crypt horrors. Okay. Zombies charging chosen. That's that's going to work out well. Okay. These guys need to flank around here. These crypt horrors can get in from the side here. Kemmler can stand right here, try to buff that up. Alright, and one by one, we're going to try to single these units out and destroy them. Pull them back out, pull them back out. Spearmen need to get a surround off. Kemmler, you can fight, but try to use your defenses. Okay. Are scaring them off the field bit by bit. This is not an easy battle. Okay. That was wow. Okay. So I think with them being tired, we are in fact fast enough to catch them. So we're going to try to destroy all that we can here. Because they still do have quite a few models on the field. But we're going to speed it up. And oh boy, this has left us pretty weak, I'd say. Pretty weak. Which units have lots of models still left in them. Maybe get rid of some more chosen back here. Yeah. So kind of pathetic kill counts all around, really. Kemmler getting 19 himself. Or 11, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, just finish up these units. I think we'll end the battle there. The Pyrrhic victory, I'd have to tend to agree. That was... you wouldn't even know from the numbers here that this was an ambush. They just... 447 for that unit chosen. Yeah, we are really heavily outmatched by the Chaos Infantry. Um, losing the Vampire really early did not help at all. That would have probably been an easy victory if I just held the Vampire back and just thrown on the armor reduction. But again, I mean, we didn't have hardly any no wins to speak of there. Wow, like almost 2.5K from if we take the money. This isn't really a significant amount of buff, so I think we're just going to return the captives. We get hit again here. We're going to run back away from that. Yep, nope. Nope, all of my nope. So that has gotten them split apart at least. We might be able to do something tricky with raising a whole bunch of dead this turn here. Yeah, wow, that was... okay, dwarves assassinated something. Hope it wasn't one of mine. Okay, picked up the Wand of Jet. Another winds augment. Festus assaulted something. Kislev was damaged. We should probably repair that. Got some more Brayherds showing up somewhere. Up in the north here. Hubis Bloodheim has died. Jürgen the Scarred. Aw. Jürgen the Scarred died. I think he was like a level 2 lord though, so it's not the end of the world. We need a lord to replace him. So Waldemar von Karstein. That's a very bad ability actually. So we're gonna go grab Melchior here. He's gonna take over for Jürgen. All right.
It is night.
So Kamler can get in here against Mercy Helrik. Valmir the Manslayer is taking attrition in our lands here. Looks like he's going to go head up against Altdorf. So whatever we do, we have to be careful to get the heck out of there, because otherwise we get pincered between Karan. But we really want to finish off that army. So okay, why don't we merge all these zombies together, because half full units of zombies are not valuable. Kemmler, what's left in his army? Wow. Wow, everything died. I mean, we have the Mortis engine here, and we have Kemmler himself, who gained a level, which I damn say he should gain a level from that. That was impossible. Magical Animus really would have helped in that previous battle, actually. That was something. I think we're gonna have to move up with Melchior here to try to finish off this Chaos army. It may end up being the death of us. Can we raise some dead here to help us out? Okay, we are going to take a Vargolf and Graveguard with great weapons, and another Corpse Cart with Unholy Lodestone, I think, or just Corpse Cart with Unholy Lodestone would help. Then there's a bunch of zombies. Raise them on up. See if we can hit this guy. Finish him off. I think we'll take the leadership there. So Mercy Helrik is dead. Picked up a Screaming Banner and a Gravedigger. And then let's see if we can, we can force march, get ourselves into Altdorf with an army. So that should put us in a decent position here. What the heck was I setting him up to be? I think he's just a regular, boring Necromancer. So I think Master of the Dead is the signature ability on that front. I think we're going to have to merge these units of Vargeists. It's unfortunate, but having just like, a tenth of a unit of Vargeist is not particularly helpful. We're going to get Kemmler into Grunberg to start replenishing up. because he's in a pretty rough shape here. Is there anything? Can we recruit units? We can. We can grab some skeletons just because that's what we have here. Might as well. And I think that's all we can do on this side of the map. We could really use... hello. Really use Helmengorst's help down here. So we're going to send him down towards Talabheim. Just send him over in this direction to try to help out with Chaos. He really does have the most Chaos, anti-Chaos-y army available. Okay, so that's going to cost some money.
Do you need fresh?
If we can, yeah, so we can get him up here this turn.
I'll remake Van Hels's
Minus 28. Why is it minus 28? Lack of corruption, minus 16. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, in light of that, let's repair this. We'll go for walls and Balefile Brazier, and I think we want this to be built up as fast as possible. The hunting grounds would be nice, but I think we're just going to go for the charnel pit. Not a ton of income here right now, so we'll turn that off because we just want to get this place. We just want to get this place happy again. So that should hopefully Kislev will stabilize. I don't really have a spare army to send up there. We do have Ludwig here. I think that's all he's gonna, all the turns we want to spend recruiting, and he's going to force march his way back down towards Eckendorf. Gustav will go into channeling stance. We can only just get across the border here.
Strike out.
Get him into channeling stance here. But it might not be a bad idea. He's going to replenish next turn regardless of what we do. So why don't we put him in ambush down here. Eckendorf is relatively happy, and we might be able to bait out these dwarves to try to resettle the Varenka Hills, or something like that. Trying to assassinate another guy here. It's worth a shot. Alright, hero action success chance plus 5%. That's very good. Successful assassination for Magdalene. She's having a pretty good time, I think. Lots of assassinations happening. Guard. What's it? Enemy hero success chance reduction if in an army. And bodyguard is, I think that's if deployed, then minus 3%, extra minus 3% enemy hero success chance. It already reduces it to basically nothing, so I'm not really too worried about that. Adding a guard ability. That's not bad, because then we can use her in armies a little bit more as well. Okay, so of our forces, what hasn't done anything? Once again, Abarash here. Poor Abarash, we always forget about him. Could go in and try to assault these units now. It's not a bad plan. Successful assault on those units. That's done actually very considerable damage to their army. Not enough for us to go out and attack them in our current state, but we also gained level with Abarash. He's going all the way down the blue tree, I think. Enemy siege holdout time reduction, training the army, assault garrison, exemplar. I mean, Hardy is kind of good, but I think actually we've done everything we can down here. It may be time to send him up down through the yellow tree. So I think we're going to start with. Why don't we start with Deadly Blade? Get hard to get after. Okay. So I think that, I mean, that was a pretty successful, took out another Chaos army, and managed to damage this one a little bit. That was a, I mean, that was a pretty nasty scuffle that we got into there. Carrick Ziflin is probably going to fall in a few turns here, and then we'll have to deal with Norska as well coming from that direction. But I think overall most of our threats are being managed. I don't feel like I don't feel impending doom. Might want to merge these Graveguard as well, just so we have a one full unit instead of two quarter units. Our heroes and Kemmler really need to replenish up though.
Let us make doom.
I think we're succeeding at that. All right, so hopefully Gorse will be able to get down here, and his army should be pretty effective against Chaos. I mean, that army we did take out was pretty nasty, but they had 10 chosen. I don't really know, like, it's never going to go well for us against 10 chosen. I mean, maybe if we had nothing but Vargulfs, but yeah. Okay. There's more I'd like to build, but I think that's all for now. It's going to be a while before the surplus points build up, so we're going to send him back over this way, because I think there's going to be things to upgrade. I think we want to upgrade Kemperbad next, because it's the only unwalled settlement on this side of the map. But I think we can end turn 141 there. And we'll see what Chaos decides to do, as well as the Dwarves. The Dwarves doing nothing interesting, except for deciding to take a bunch of attrition in our land. Oh, they put Grunberg under siege, with Kemmler's in there, so that's not good. But with any luck, we should be able to, maybe we can get Gorst over here in a few turns to help out. Okay. Volmir Manslayer has been sieging Grunberg. Okay, so we picked up the book. We're actually going for upkeep production for Bats and Wolves now. Not our most expensive unit, but it should help some. And Belgar going to come and try to help me here. He's probably going to turn around next turn because he's taking a bunch of attrition. Because he doesn't know how to use the underway, apparently. But if he does come up here and help, that would be great. I mean, they could have come just straight in because they do have hell cannons. So Kemmler, we would lose all these units if they manage to siege us here. So why don't we can cancel this recruitment because it's just not going to happen. And Abarash, he can try to assault units over here next. What's the assassination chance? Not great. So let's just stick to assaulting units here. Oh, he's been wounded. Not killed, just wounded. So that happens. That tends to happen more than I would like. But why don't we set Melchior to raising some skeleton warriors, and we have to get hex wraiths here now. Wow, with 6k 65. Wow, that's quite the roster of units. We can get another Vargulf like this turn. Actually, if we were to cancel this recruitment, if we went in this turn, they would get reinforcements. We would not, so that's not ideal. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to wait for. We're gonna have to wait for. We're gonna have to wait for Helm and Gorse to make it across the map and help us here. Hopefully he can get there before the siege is up. Really 1, 2, 3 turns. Usually Chaos waits longer than that. Belgar may come and save us as well. That's a possibility. I don't think it's likely, but it's technically possible. mean, alternately, we could try to bait them away with Melchior's army here. Not quite in range. Now, this is a stupid island. We're not going to be able to attack them there, I don't think. Yeah, it'll stop us from attacking them on the island. AI Cheat Island is what I like to call it. If we're lucky, one of them might split off and attack Kemperbad, which has no walls. But yeah, I don't like the situation here at all. But I think they will siege it for more than one turn. The AI usually does. Dwarves have not come up here against us at all, so attrition, because the land is controlled by the living, but it's not. It's I think the chaos corruption is just not high enough, or sorry, vampiric corruption is not high enough. Akendorf. So let's see. So what I'd like to do is get up into Karazakarak here. That would be ideal. I want to send Ludwig up to here.
Darkness comes.
Gustav could get up here and actually get over to here, which is back in our lands. Take all of our movement, but we could get up there and not take attrition. Then we'd be in striking distance of Karazakarak, but also in striking distance of this army here. Although we would have the other army right behind us, which, let's just see. These guys, we would be in range, but they wouldn't be able to follow up the 1-2 punch unless there's another army hidden, like behind the Pillars of Rugni or something. So that's not going to work. This is, once again, Thorgrim is back after it has to be like 3 turns he was gone. So if we went into Force March with these guys, we could get up to there. Not particularly helpful. So why don't we just move up Gustav to the edge here. Put him into ambush. Because what I'd like to do is try to get a sort of 1-2 punch into Karazakarak, or maybe we might be able to take up Pillars of Rugni. They are unwalled, and just ride on up through the Dwarven lands, because I don't think they have any forces up and around here. Of course, outmaneuvering dwarves in the mountains is probably not a good plan, but it's what we got. Alternatively, we could try to push down here, but they have this army that they can just use to sort of bounce back and forth and block us, so not really well to our advantage. I just don't want this army sitting around here doing nothing, though. That's the only thing. I want them to, be actively attacking the dwarves. So maybe it is worthwhile to just move him up and across the border here. Should get him across the... let's see here. Is that across the border? Right there. Alright, why don't we do that? I'll probably end up regretting it, but we're out of our lands. If the dwarves push up and attack us, we can retreat. And then we'll be able to pincer them between the two armies. Well, they might also push up against here. Either way, the other army should be able to get in behind them, and we should be able to attack them with, asymmetrical warfare. Or no, the opposite of that. Okay, so I think that's all of our forces doing everything they can right now. Rickert, what was Rickert doing? He's just sort of stood around here. Where do things need to be built? Over here, I believe. Yeah, we were going to try to build Kemperbad, maybe. Although with Chaos armies right there, that's probably a terrible idea. So let's not do that. Buffing these up, possibly not a bad idea. Increase public order and income. So why don't we do that? Just get more income from Talabheim. Yeah, so more money. That's turn 142. Come on, Belagar. And they're gonna go over here. Okay, well that's great. Thank you, Belagar. That was everything I hoped for. Okay, so Chaos has decided to split their forces in two. That is a terrible idea. This is as bad an idea as I can imagine. Chaos should know better than this. Because we could probably win these individual sieges now. So then Oblast is going to rebel next turn. Wow, that didn't take long. Probably a Chaos Rebellion. We do have walls, and we'll have walls as well. So it's probably okay. It's mainly lack of corruption. That's the main issue here. Might as well tax the province if it's going to have a rebellion no matter what I do. So we'll leave that. And a rebellion will happen, and I think the garrison can probably handle it. They'll get bigger with the ghost fence coming in next turn. Helmund Gorst is going to continue heading down here to help out. I wonder if we were to attack this army. Yeah, we basically have no chance. This doesn't seem impossible to me. No, yeah, it definitely does seem possible, actually. No, ignore what I said. This is impossible. Altdorf, though. Altdorf has a pretty good garrison, and we have a Vargulf. But I think that is the better army.
Make them suffer.
Yeah, so we have a Vargulf. And then a pretty good garrison. Once again, I think I prefer to fight these guys in the walls, though, because they have all these terrible Gorby's chariots. I don't want to fight those in the field. So let's not attack them either. We'll just wait these sieges out and try to get some reinforcements. Maybe the dwarves will spend a turn replenishing here and then come out to help us. Kind of doubt it. The AI is kind of stupid. Kind of not very good at helping. It looks like the dwarves didn't do anything to stop this problem here. So, I mean, we could push right up and siege Karak. The garrison there, though, is... I don't want to use the phrase unstoppable, but basically it's not possible to stop this garrison. Yeah, I can't... I mean, if we knock some holes in it, we could knock some holes in the walls. There's a 72% chance of success. But I think... we could get up to here and switch to raiding stance to keep us from taking more attrition. And over here, Ludwig could at any point... Oh, we can get... Oh my goodness, we can raise dead Blood Knights. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but what I've been doing is I haven't been building any vampire crypts or anything. But if we can raise the dead, then that's a perfectly necromancery thing to do. So we can actually get Blood Knights here, which aren't helpful for dwarves, but that'll help out against chaos. And the Black Coach, I'm not really good at using chariots, but we might be able to do some work against dwarves with an armor-piercing... Oh, but its melee attack is magical. Keep forgetting that. But we have 2 units of Graveguard with great weapons available, as well as 12 dire wolves and 6 fell bats. I mean, with a lot of bats and things, 2 armies should probably be able to take Karak. One would hope. So we could get in there and do that. But I think actually what we're going to do is head up towards the Pillars of Grugni. Hope to sack that. Okay, Ludwig. Ludwig can get up to here. So, okay, actually, Ludwig is going to raise us. What seems this is so we basically raise everything in the game. Hex Wraith's not terribly good in this situation. Do we have a Mortis Engine in either of these armies? We do not. We have just a regular Corpse Cart. Mortis Engine actually pretty good against dwarves. So why don't we grab a Mortis Engine, which is very expensive. And then why don't we just fill up on bats? And wolves. Just make a whole army of bats and wolves and a Mortis Engine. That'll be an interesting, well, a weird, weird army. We should be able to get to here. Go into raiding stance. Once again, dwarves can come up against us, but we should be able to retreat from this distance. And then next turn, we can either go in against Kara Karak with our 2 armies, which we do have a Vargulf here, so we have a siege attacker. We can go straight in. I mean, it won't be easy. It will definitely not be easy, but it's something we can do. Or we could turn around and try to take care of Thorgrim at Barrack Dowsbag. I'd really like to try to take care of Kara Karak. It may be the death of both of these lords to try to do that, but yeah, it's not. We have to do something about these. We have to do something about these dwarves. We have to hit him where it hurts, and I think that's the correct direction to go. So I think that's where we're going to wrap this episode up. I hope you guys enjoyed our fighting against chaos up here, and I know I'm looking forward to fighting some more dwarves with some. Bats and wolves are gathering indeed. So thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give a like if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you here next time.